I'm telling you guys, if you're not ready to fight a robot rhinoceros, you might want to just get yourself there. That's all I'm saying. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. I am Stephen M. on your screen again. Thanks for stopping in. And today we got a show. It's so heinous that it might rip apart your brainus. Huh? Wordplay, son. I'm telling you, it's going to get wild up in here. We have Neuralink updates that are going to shred your mind more than a Neuralink might itself. We have the real Jurassic Park, or Jurassic Island, rather. We have an update on the upcoming eclipse that very well could be the apocalypse. We have a mind-blowing conspiracy on Mattress Firm. That's right, of all places, Mattress Firm. You're going to want to stick around for that. And as advertised, robotic zoo animals that should concern every one of us, and a lot more than that. So stick around. Oh, if you're new here, you've never been here before, go watch some of these old videos. This whole channel's like a mixed bag of nuts, I tell you what. Or it's like a box of chocolates, because you'll probably gain a little bit of weight because you're just going to want to sit around watching these videos all day long. So go do that. All right. Other than that, sub up, sit down, stick around, because here we go. Roll the footage.
Okay, hear me out. It sounds weird. Mattress Firm is laundering money or doing something super sketchy. Mattress Firm likes to cluster their stores together. Just look. This is in my hometown. These are not even a minute apart from each other. There's 3 of them on the same road. Same city, same thing. And here, example again.
Dunkin'
Outside
Donuts
of my
does
city,
that too.
this is in Texas, there are 10 on the same road. I don't know how spread out these are, but 10. I've never been in a Mattress Firm my entire life. There can't be that much of a need for mattresses. The weird thing too, and you'll just have to take my word on this, when you drive past a Mattress Firm, there's never cars in the parking lot. And if there is, there's like maybe one. The Mattress Firm website says there's 2,500 stores across America and about 8,500 employees. That means there should be at least 3 people working a store. On top of that, they've disclosed accounting irregularities. Oh my god, I could talk about this all day.
Yeah, a little accounting irregularity. Hell, the U.S. government lost, what was it, $2.3 trillion. You know, they let us know about the day before 9/11, so 9/10, 2001. So, hey, these things happen. But that is so weird that she brought that up. I kind of thought I was the only one. There are mattress stores, not just Mattress Firm, but mattress stores everywhere in a town called Altoona, Pennsylvania, where unfortunately I'm from. I mean, everywhere. There's no need. And I was like, why is there a new mattress store constantly popping up? We had a Hooters. And get on down to Hooters. That I barely ever went to, but other people really seem to enjoy it. A Hooters. Overnight, just packed up and left. 1 minute, there's a Hooters, and then next day, hey, you know, Hooters closed last night. No. Oh, they're just gonna redo it and put in something else, it seems. Mattress Firm, literally they just put another mattress store up the street, and down that street, and over that road. People sell mattresses. There's just signs everywhere that people just have mattresses for some reason. Hey, call blah, 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 blah for a queen mattress. Like, what is the deal with all the mattress stores? So, I'm sure there's a ton of shady shit involved, but I asked a couple questions, and somebody, I can't remember who, told me that the markup on mattresses is insane. I forget what they said. I forget, but you don't have to sell that many mattresses to make a huge profit. So that would make sense if you look at it in that regard. Like if you sold, I don't know, we'll say 10 mattresses a month and your profit was $10,000 out the door. That's after everything. Because I think the markup, I swear someone was like, you get a mattress for like $100 and mark it up to like $1,100. So if you sold 10, you make 10 grand. And you know, you're doing it yourself or have one shithead employee you're paying minimum wage, you're doing all right. If you're paying, we'll call it $2,500 a month rent, you're in it $1,000 just to keep inventory, keep the lights on and everything. You're at $3,500. Boom, boom, boom. You're paying some shithead employee about barely nothing. We'll call it $1,500. You're in that $5,000. And then you're making $10,000. Boom, you still made $5,000 to do almost nothing. And if you have those stores everywhere, you're killing it. You have 4 of those mattress stores, you're making $5,000 at each one. That's $20,000 a month. So that could be it. You know, safety in numbers, profit margins, you know, you have a store everywhere. You're going to get your money. And also, if you think about it, possibly, the porn industry is huge now. So people probably go through a lot of mattresses, I'd imagine. I mean, who wants to go, you know, film porn? Not that I ever have, not like into the porn industry or anything. You know, but like they probably get a new mattress every other scene. I guess they probably really don't give a shit. Actually, I don't know. You know, let me know. Any of you porn actors and actresses, preferably not actors actually. Let me know if they get a new mattress every other scene, because that would make more sense for the mattress firms. Or do you firmly believe it's a conspiracy? Oh, so I'm sure everybody's seen a lot of different conspiracies about Kobe, but this one's a little different, and Gematria gets involved. So let's learn something together, folks.
This is fucking spooky. Have you heard of the Kobe Bryant conspiracy theory? Okay, you're gonna add all 4 of these numbers and then tell me what you get. If you did the math right, you would have gotten 8,024.
I'll do it for us.
Kobe's jersey numbers were 8 and 24. And if you take these numbers and add each number individually, you're gonna come up with the number 41. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old at the moment of his death. This is so fucking crazy.
Quit swearing, dude. It's a kid show.
They died on January 26th. Now, if you add those numbers individually, you get the number 9. And there were 9 people that died in the helicopter crash. Now, this last part had me spooked. So the helicopter departed at 9:06 in the morning. And at 9:47, they reported the crash. If you take 9:47 minus 9:06, you get 41. The helicopter crashed within 41 minutes of departing. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old at the time of death. Was there a conspiracy behind Kobe Bryant's death? Was it a ritual from the Illuminati? There's all these crazy theories out there.
All right, first off, I don't appreciate that gentleman cussing so much when I'm trying to run a family show here. Unbelievable. But is that not crazy though? And that's how Gematria works. I'm telling you, these people that do this Gematria stuff, any major event, they'll pick all the numbers apart and line it up to whatever, you know, whatever. It all matches up. You could do it with pretty much anything. And I've said it a million times. Go check out Larry Johnson on TikTok, former running back Larry Johnson. Just said that's his big thing. Big thing. And it's not even really a conspiracy theory. It's more of just a theory, because nobody really knows what, if we're living in a simulation, what this world is made of. But if it is a simulation, and it probably is a simulation inside of a simulation inside of a simulation, as I've said before, and people start to learn the binary code, like a computer, it's not that crazy, because everything would be coded. That's how everything would work. That might not even necessarily mean it's pre-planned as far as people that are in society. It just means that's the code, like your DNA code. This is the timeline code of the society we're living in. So yeah, that's not even that crazy of a thought. It's just figuring out possibly what's going on. That's it. Pretty simple. And a lot of people probably have figured that out. And it probably is why the Mandela effect, you know, can be a thing, because the people that have all the money and power in the world and have forever and ever and ever are running it have figured this out and figured out how to tap into it. And no, if I just push a button over here, change that. It's probably why everything has so flipped upside down the way it has ever since the Mandela effect started being a thing. So, I mean, it's not that crazy. It's really not that crazy. To me, anyways. I'm sure to some, you know, some other type of person, that's just absurd. And I don't know what they think specifically, but you know, I'm sure it's a range of things. But whatever they think's definitely the same thing to think, because that's the world we live in now. Whatever I think, me being every other person, is the thing to think. And anybody that thinks different than that thing is crazy. And a conspiracy theorist, or whatever they may be. Oh, God forbid, a right-winger.
They'll pay you $1 million for something like that.
They'll pay you $1 million.
If you were able to take over an iPhone, $1 million bug bounty. They call it a zero-click exploit, meaning I can send you something that you won't even know happened, and I have full access to your phone.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the biggest bounty you've collected, and what was it for?
There's $128,000 in credit on a platform. I chose that over the cash.
How many bounties have you collected?
If you combine my team, hundreds.
Hundreds.
These companies are willing to pay depending on the severity of that vulnerability.
I'm going to start one of those channels, be one of those get rich quick scheme guys. And here's my scheme. You want to get rich quick? All you have to do is follow this simple plan to hack iPhones, and then you'll get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for each time you do it. And then you make Apple, whoever, aware of this vulnerability, because of course, only the U.S. government is allowed to have any vulnerabilities and access, take advantage of any vulnerabilities in your devices, I'm sure, which is probably why they're mad about TikTok, like, hey, only we get to hack our citizens. We can't risk the Chinese government be looking at you people's stuff. As it, like, who really even gives a shit about a bunch of kids dancing around like goofballs? Because let's not pretend like the American government cares about its people.
There's a recent theory coming to light right now.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk yesterday.
There's a recent theory coming to light right now. That sounded way deeper than it probably is. I'll start it over. There's a recent theory coming to light right now. Would you like to hear my thesis on said things? Relax, bro.
There's a recent theory coming to light right now.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk yesterday, they just announced the first ever human to have a Neuralink implant. You hear about this?
Oh, the chip?
Yeah. So there's one successful Neuralink person in the world right now. Happened yesterday. But check this out.
Yeah.
There's a crazy theory happening. They put Neuralink into a calculator. It's like a numerology calculator. And it comes out with a number with all the different letters.
Word.
Now, check this out. This is Elon Musk on Twitter, and he pretty much said the first ever human got Neuralink, right?
Okay.
Now, somebody put Neuralink, the name, into a gematria calculator. It's like a Greek numerology calculator.
Yeah.
Puts it in, and guess what the number is?
What, 7?
No, 666.
Oh, hell no.
So people are saying that Neuralink, just like in the Bible, they say people will be implanted with the mark of the beast, which is 666. And since this is happening now, they say eventually a lot of people will be tempted to do it. Them getting that will be the mark of the beast. So that's like the end of times coming.
Oh, dang. I didn't know it was 666 was the Neuralink, and that would make sense that it's the mark of the beast. They'll have us infused with this, and I don't know. I don't know where we're going to go from there. Terminator-ish, Matrix-ish, I'm surprised they don't know what gematria is, considering this is, kind of their thing. But what if they start making everybody get it? That you got to get all your babies got to get their Neuralink in, just like they got to get their, I don't know what shots they give babies now. I feel like there's like 1,000 of them, and it probably gives them autism realistically. But they got to get all these shots as babies. Probably should be looking into what those are even more. But who knows, moving forward into the very dark feeling future, you got to get your Neuralink put in your baby to get them chipped up. I don't know, keep track of you forever. Oh, and it's got to get its puberty blockers because, kids pick their own gender when they're 13 now. That's where the world's headed. And if we even get close to that, hopefully not in my lifetime, I'll be living in a cave in Wyoming.
It's going to experience one last total solar eclipse before we don't have...
Okay, this is kind of long. Maybe I'll cut it down. It's like 2 minutes, but this solar eclipse thing is coming. And there's so much out there about it right now. It's starting to freak me out a little bit. This guy's a little bit long-winded like myself, so I'm sure me and him would have a great conversation, even though he does have a St. Louis hat on, and I'm a Pirates fan, so that'd be a little bit of turmoil. But just hear him out. It might freak you out or make you know you got to go get prepared for the digital apocalypse.
So on April 8th, 2024, the United States is going to experience one last total solar eclipse before we don't have another total solar eclipse until 2044.
Which is crazy.
That's a long damn time.
That's a long
And
damn
it does
time.
seem like we've had a bunch of solar eclipses lately. We had the annular solar eclipse last month, and then on August 21st, 2017, we had another total solar eclipse that actually had the path of totality in this area right over my house.
It was like an anarchy
And it was
sign.
also my birthday. We're not going to talk about birthdays right now. We're going to talk about the end of the world and the possibility that the United States is going to fall under judgment due to these 3 solar eclipses. And I know what you're saying. How is the United States going to be destroyed by a total solar eclipse? The lights are just going to go off and they're just going to turn back on.
I didn't even know they
At
did
worst,
that.
our batteries are going to die. Damn it, man. Unless we're talking about some supernatural end of the world Book of Revelation God stuff. But if he was going to do something like that, he would tell us he was going to do it, right?
No.
Right. Take a look at this. This is the United States after all 3 major
Look,
solar
it's
eclipses.
anarchy.
All 3 paths to totality are completely defined, and it almost looks like an A, right?
Anarchy
There's
in
also
the
a little
USA.
X at the end there. And if you put those
Like
two together,
anarchy in the UK,
it almost
you
looks
know?
like the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet. This is the Aleph and the Tav. This is the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet. If Moses brought the tablets down and on the tablets it said, I am the Alpha and the Omega, it didn't say I am the Alpha and the Omega. It said I am the Aleph and the Tav. And with that in mind, it really does look like that is the first and the last letters of the Hebrew alphabet spelled out in the path of totality. So on April 8th, 2024, is God actually signing his name to the United States, the Alpha and the Omega? The first and the last, the Aleph and the Tav? Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, how am I supposed to back that up? I can't back that up. I'm
No, you
not gonna
can't
lie,
back
this
it
kind of
up.
set
It's
my eyebrows
interesting.
on fire for a little bit. The coincidences are just too much. There is one last coincidence that I do have to mention. On April 8th, 2024, it's actually the first day of Nisan, the first day of spring for the Jewish people. It's
Nissan
14
sales
days from
event.
Passover, which I'm sure is a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
I was always told that there was no Hebrew word for coincidence, which I have a hard time believing. But maybe the ancient Hebrew, I don't know. Damn it, man.
No Hebrew word for coincidence is kind of interesting because maybe there are no coincidences, as a lot of people say. Everything in society, it was planned, very precise, and intentional. So they never had a word for coincidence because coincidences do not exist. And just like he said about his whole spiel, I can't back that up because I don't know. But that is interesting and a little bit scary. And also the fact that the eclipse paths made an anarchy sign. Anarchy, digital anarchy in the US coming this eclipse. Again, like he said, I can't back that up because I'm just making that up right now. But I'm just going off what I saw. And you tell me what you think. All I know is at least like stock up on some water, because it might get weird out here, and learn how to drive around. Or maybe not drive, you got an electric car, you're burnt. Learn how to get around without maps, unless you're a big fan of Dora the Explorer and you have one. You know what, forget that. I don't even know where I'm going with that. The map, the map, the map, the map. You be the map. You be your own map, bro. The map is within you. I might be the dumbest person on the planet.
Guiyang, China. Wow, I love that place. It's so pretty. I love the blue roofs. 2024, if you don't have a blue roof, you're officially a loser, straight up. Hell, it's not just
Straight
China.
up.
Look at Paris. They're getting in on the trend as well. No shirt, no shoes. Even in Morocco, those roofs are blue. Man, that's awesome. Even in Wangwang, South Korea, man, they are in on the trend as well. Wangwang, that's a real city in South Korea. I should have taken a right
Wangwang.
at that stop sign, but I went to Wangwang. Hell, even in Greece, where the gods came from, they're getting in on it as well. It's so beautiful. Basically, if you look up any houses in Asia, man, they have all blue roofs as well. You know what else is cool? Check out this news clip from Florida.
It was really late at night. It was kind of around midnight. It was around midnight. And I was actually in my car. I was just getting home, and I saw it going back and forth with a laser beam, and it was...
So get yourself a blue roof. That is crazy. So around the world, what are there people starting to know? Got to get the blue roofs. Like, what's the reason? It's almost like the pyramids. Why would everyone have this same fashion trend around the world? Are they talking about this? Do they know something we don't know? Is the blue roofs just cheaper I don't know. I do know a little bit about metal roofs. Not a ton, but a little bit. I'm not sure what the difference is, but if I were you, I'd get a hold of some Amish. Wait a minute. You're probably not in Pennsylvania. Whatever the equivalent is of the Amish, wherever you're at, I'd get a hold of them, get yourself a blue roof on the cheap. I think it's got to be metal too. I don't know if shingles are going to work when they decided to torch a city near you with a DEW. So get the roofs. Get the blue roofs. A while ago, hey man, you better strap up because they're coming. Now it's like, you better blue roof up before they come for it. You better blue roof up, boy. They are roofless.
They said that China found an uninhabited island filled with dinosaurs.
So Jurassic Land?
Bro, let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story,
Jurassic
right?
Land?
Is that Kyler Murray's little brother or what? That dude looks... That's probably why he never wants to play football. He's sitting around making podcasts. He's not even playing Call of Duty all the time like we thought. Maybe both. Old Kyler Murray.
Bro, this was a couple of days ago. A woman went to a nail salon. So she's getting her nails done, and then all the ladies suddenly just stop working, and they look at the news. She don't know what's going on. It's Chinese news, so she can't understand what they're saying. So she gets Google Translator out, and what it says is like they found dinosaurs. So basically, China had an expedition of 15 people to this uncharted land somewhere out in the world, and they found like actual dinosaurs. So far, they found 2 new species of dinosaurs. And one of those species of dinosaurs is like a machine, something we've never seen before, something like crazy.
What are they making this
like fucking dinosaurs? What do you mean?
Them doing that weird that they just did.
It could be that, or they could have actually really found some, because people think that the Earth is way bigger than it really is. Like the whole time we've been lied to, like how the map looks. Because also recently Japan just recounted its islands. They found 7,000 new islands in Japan.
How do you just not realize
That's
that?
what I'm saying, bro.
How do you just find
These
that out, bro?
found 7,000 new islands.
That's also what I was about to be saying, coincidentally, but they kind of covered it. So, yeah, how do you just find 7,000 islands? If it was 700 islands, it would be insane. If it was 70 islands, it would be insane. Unless they were like this big, and I mean literally like the size of a donut, and it was a little piece of land that happened to pop up out to sea. Be like, well, I guess it's technically considered an island because it's a piece of land popping up out of the sea. If they found 70 of those clustered together, I'm like, wow, I can see how you missed that, I suppose. 7,000 legitimate islands? It's not even comprehensible that they didn't ever see them. If you could just lose, or if we just never saw 7,000 islands, well, there's got to be 7,000 more. What? You know, like what's on these islands? You wouldn't have to assume they're dinosaurs. Just shit you never saw because you were never there. So it's just new stuff. It doesn't got to be old stuff that's still here. That's just stuff. Like what the fuck? What are you talking about? And whatever happened to that story anyway? That story came out. Hey, they found 7,000 islands and there's dinosaurs on one. Yeah. Hey, you know what's important? Transing your kid and Joe Biden and Donald Trump going to jail. So think about that today some more. If anybody has a plane and or boat wants to charter a trip to Dinosaur Island and over, what is it, China or Japan? Doesn't matter, we're going. Please let me know and let's pack up and set sail, bucko. All right, cool. Okay, I know I just did a little video with this guy talking about the mud flood. He is caught up in this mud flood thing, I tell you what. And I'm on board with him, and he's a likable guy, you know. But I think he's on to something, and this adds a little bit more fuel to that fire too. So this is the last video I'll do on this for a little while until we hear some major breaking news. I don't know why I had to defend myself about doing this video. It's a good video. Just watch it.
They tried to lower the street level. Look where the front door is. And this is them starting to clear out the mud. And this is what they found underneath. Oh my days. We're not talking about a basement. We're not talking about lower foundations. We're talking about the rest of the building. Now look where the front door is. Look where the front door is. The original front door is way down there on the ground level. And I'm not just talking about the front entrance. I'm talking about the whole building, buried, back to front, windows and doors. This is mud flood. So anytime you come across steep hills next to buildings, now you know the reason why.
Okay, so the main reason I put that in there, one, because that was interesting. Yeah, why are there so many buildings? This guy, he's onto that. He's going to crack a code somewhere with that whole thing. Why there was a mud flood, and what were they covering up? Besides the bottoms of buildings, I suppose. But why would there be a door down there? And maybe so many of these older buildings like that all do have big sets of stairs leading up to the door. Maybe because when they were building them, they were preparing for the possibility of another flood. Because they could have just built it at ground level, especially now everyone's extra body positive. They can't be lugging upstairs. Them diabetes will start flaring up and heart attack, tumble, Humpty Dumpty back down them stairs. Then you got a lawsuit on your hands, bub, and you don't need that. So maybe the reason is mud flood. Next thing you know, we get a little mud flood, ground level. Oh no, never mind. Now I just had a thought. It's because global warming. They knew back then, global warming. In case you're into that whole thing there, we'll go with that as well. One of those two reasons for sure. How about that?
How come I've never heard anything about this? Animals in the aquarium might not all be real. And I'm sure this could also count for zoos. Now, I'm not saying every animal is fake, but I was at the aquarium the other day and there was this crab that was on a pole and it moved on a loop. And I sat there for a good while trying to figure out if I was going crazy or not. I took a video though, so check it out. Also follow my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for more content because it really helps me.
Hey, me too.
It keeps doing like the same thing over and over, and then stopping and then doing the same thing.
So it looks pretty real, right? It looks real
I just
to
want a
me.
video of the loop. Sit, bro. Yeah, now it's doing it again.
See, now that looks animatronic a little bit.
Oh my god.
You tell me if you think that crab was real or fake. At first, I'm thinking, well, that's just a crab. That looks real. That looks fine, right? And then it moved. That seemed a little animatronic, almost like Chuck E. Cheese or Five Nights at Freddy's if you're younger and watched that movie or whatever. But wouldn't that make sense for zoos to get, and aquariums, to get robot animals, to get fake animals? First off, you get PETA off your ass, make them sign an NDA. Hey, don't you tell anybody that we're out here pushing fake animals, but there's no real animals getting horned or having to live in zoos, which is probably best. And then you still have a zoo. And if you can make it look real, I mean, you think people moving through the zoo line, if that's what they call it, you know, you go in, you look, you know, an animal's around a little bit, boom, keep moving. So it doesn't have to do that much different stuff, you know. I mean, back when they were MK Ultras, doing MK Ultras, they made an MK Ultra bull that they could control, remote controlled. So I'm not saying that if they had real animals and they were doing it, that'd be a problem for PETA. So I'm not saying they're real animals that are controlled, but if they could make robot ones, they could make it do all kinds of shit. Elon Musk could get involved. You know, they're making robots. They're making robot cop dogs. So wouldn't it be smarter for zoos and aquariums to have fake animals and just not tell anybody? Who would know the difference? Kind of a win-win for the zoo and the robot makers. Probably Lockheed Martin. It's probably, you know, Elon Musk's probably, who knows, whoever. That's not important. So essentially, we're going to the Terminator Zoo. Oh, that would be some real shit. If they go Terminator status and the zoo animals, it'd be like Transformers: The Beasts. And they just made that movie, the Transformers: The Beast one. It was predictive programming. That's why they made that Transformer movie with the Beast one, to let us know that the animals are gonna turn and break out, and we're gonna have to fight a robot rhino or some shit. God. It's always something, I swear. If I had to fight a robot rhino one of these days when I'm just trying to go about my business, What a world, folks. What a world.
Highway, I believe I can soar. Catch me going through that open door. I believe I can fly.
And I believe you can fly, and you can fly, and you can fly, and you can fly. So everybody get out there and fly, and don't be a chicken about it. Okay, don't tell anybody I said that. But that is the video, and I'm gonna wrap it up right there. And thank you for watching as usual. And if you didn't hit that sub button, please do me a favor and just go hit that sub button. If you liked the video, hit like on that video. And if you didn't like the video, just keep it moving, bro, because I don't want no beef with you. That's all, folks.